Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. How you all doing today? Can you all hear me? Oh, the game capture's not working. God, frick it. Come on, kick in. God, no, this is fine. There we go. God damn it. There we go. Hello everyone, how are you? Good to see you all here today. Hello, hello. I'm gonna pop. Oh my god, you guys have been chatty. Hell yeah. Do you like a nice friendly chat in this household? I'm gonna pop out the chat. Then we're going to discuss what we're going to do. And yeah, so we have a couple of things. We're going to read we're gonna do some live reading today because we haven't done one in a while. Enhance. Enhance. And we are also we're also going to decide on Dreadful Raven's mod nickname. So all my moderators have their own nicknames. And yeah, so I'm gonna go through the chat. I'm gonna say hello. I just hit my pop filter. That's great. Anyway. Yeah, so woo! Hello Laura, the parent mod. It's great to see you yet again. Welcome. Dreadful Raven, another of my dear mods, and who is also a beloved channel member. Hell yeah. Laughing Joker, good to see you back with us again. Hell yeah. Aaron Jones is yet another of my beloved channel members. Welcome, welcome. Crazy Cat Lady, I see you avoiding work. Welcome to the stream. Nat is back again. Hell yeah, Nat. I see you, Laura. I see you trying to bait me into it, into ranting about ancient Rome. I see you. Yes, indeed. If you haven't liked the stream, please do so. Hello, Rose. Welcome. Stream. Hello. Got some things from the store. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm so... Lone Wolf, my favorite pup. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. Hello again, Cindy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. It's good to... let's see. Tap on everyone. The amount of caffeine in my blood, oh gosh. Laura, that scares me a little. Indeed, the kitty reads along with us, so that's going to be fun. I'm not doing a live narration of favors for Norse gods. That one is definitely going to be quite the production. I was originally going to narrate that one all by myself, but I think I'm going to bring in other creators to help me because it's a lot. it's a thick boy. Hello, Cisco. Welcome to the stream. The gym, working on some art. Hell yeah. So how's everyone doing? Everyone's good, I hope. Better be good. I'm gonna wait for a little bit before we do the live reading and the what is it? The poll, because we never do polls on this channel of a Dreadful Raven's username. Not username, sorry. Ooh, no. Dreadful's mod nickname. Or mod title, I should say. Running out of snacks. A terrible fate indeed. Hell yeah, Nat. Watch that like button. I'm gonna wait. For editing audio while listening. Hell yeah. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be narrating. So I didn't organize this stream as well as I should have. So what it was going to be was I was going to be narrating subscribers' ghost stories. But I forgot to actually put out a notice. So things didn't go according to plan. Okay, me being the plan. I was the problem. But however, I will be reading Camilla. So Camilla is a vampire story, and it predates the Dracula story as well. So I hope you will enjoy listening to me read it. Good job, lady. Thank you. Oh, hell yeah. Tarantula tax paid. Excellent. We could just do a live sacrifice of a chat member. I mean, that is always possible. That is always possible. But, we could talk to their ghost. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I have to... Alright, there we go. We're fine, chat. Everything's fine. Alright, who's ready for some live reading? I'm gonna put it up on this. No, Dreadful, you can't die. Put it up on this. Oh, you can't see it. Well, that's awkward. Very awkward. Hang on. By Sheridan. Danu? Is that how it's... I know it's not pronounced. I'm gonna just pretend. Ah! One moment, chat. I'm fighting with my layer. Ah! Frick! Why is it so small? Hey, Hopeful! Welcome to... Hopeful says, Hopeful, one of my beloved channel members coming in with $5 dues, says, just dropping by to say hi. About to head to bed. Been up all day and night. Much love, lady, and wonderful. Right back at you, Hopeful. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the $5 dues. Have a good rest. I'm gonna hearty heart and likey like. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. Alrighty. So this story was written in 1872. Okay. It should be on this now according to plan. So I will read part by part. So, and then like we'll check in and everything else. But yeah. Hello, Starlin. Welcome to the stream. You came just in time. I checked the stream before the live reading started. Be sick. Prologue. Upon a paper attached to the narrative which follows, Dr. Hesius has written a rather elaborate note, which he accompanies with a reference to his essay on the strange subject which the MS illuminates. This mysterious subject he treats in that essay with his usual learning and acumen and with remarkable directness and condensation, it will form but one volume of the series of that extraordinary man's collected papers. As I publish the case in this volume, simply to interest to the laity, I shall install the intelligent lady who relates to it, who relates it, oh my god, who relates it, in nothing, and after due consideration, I have determined, therefore, to abstain from presenting my thesis to any thesis of the learned doctor's reasoning, or exact from his statement on a subject which he describes as involving, not improbably, some of the most profoundest arcana of our dual existence and its intermediaries. I was anxious on discovering this paper to reopen the correspondence commenced by Dr. Hesselius so many years before, with a person so clever and so careful as his informant seems to have been. Much to my regret, however, I found that he died in the interval. She, probably, could have added a little to the narrative, which she communicates in the following pages, with, so far as I can pronounce, with conscientious particularity. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Loom. Let's see. Indeed, Laura. Yeah, so this story is known for having sapphic elements. It should be fine. I doubt people will be surprised given some of my previous content on my channel. It's fine. Chapter 1. An Early Fright. In Stokes, we, though by no means magnificent people, inhabit a castle, or schloss. A small income in that part of the world goes a great way. 800 or 900 a year does wonders. Scantily enough ours would have answered among the wealthy people at home. My father is English, and I bear an English name, although I never saw England, but here, in this lonely and primitive place, where everything is so marvelously cheap, I really don't ever see how much more money would at all materially add to our comfort, or even luxury. My father was in the Austrian service, and retired upon a pension and his patrimony, and purchased this feudal residence, and the small estate on which it stands, a bargain. Nothing can be more picturesque or solitary. It stands on a slight eminence in a forest. The road, very old and narrow, passes in front of its drawbridge, never raised in my time, and its moat, stocked with perch, and sailed over by many swans, and floating on its surface, white sheets of water lilies. Over all this the schloss shows many windowed front, its towers, and its Gothic chapel. The forest opens in an irregular and very picturesque glade before its gate, and at the this font is hard for me to read. And at the right, a steep Gothic bridge carries the road over a stream that winds in deep shallow through the wood. I said that this is a very lonely place. Judge whether I say truth. Looking from the hall door towards the road, the forest in which our castle extends 15 miles to the right and 12 to the left. The nearest inhabited village is about 7 of your English miles to the left. The nearest inhabited schloss of any historic association is that of General Spieldorf, nearly 20 miles to the right. I have said the nearest inhabited village because there is only 3 miles westward. That is to say, in the direction of General Spindorf Schloss, a ruined village, with its quaint little church, now roofless, in the aisle of which are the mouldering tombs of the proud family of Carstein, now extinct, who once owned the equally desolate chateau, which, in the thick of the forest, overlooks the silent ruins of the town. My throat keeps crying out. Oh, thank you, Cisco. Wait, I don't know why those aren't going through, but thank you. They are greatly appreciated. I don't know why the sound's not. They should be. I need my tea to balance out the water. Respecting the cause of the desertion of this striking and melancholy spot, there is a legend which I relate to you another time. I must tell you now how very small this party who constituted the inhabitants of our castle. I don't include servants, or those dependents who occupy the rooms in the buildings attached to the schloss. Listen and wonder. My father, who was the kindest man on earth, growing old, and I, at the date of my story, only 19. 8 years have passed since then. I and my father constituted the family at the schloss. My mother, a Styrian lady, died in my infancy, and I had a good-natured governess who had been with me from, I might almost say, my infancy. I could not remember the time when her fat— oh my god! I could not remember the time when her fat, benign face was not a— oh my god. Benignant face was not a familiar picture in my memory. This was Madame Paridon, a native of Bern, whose care and good nature now in part supplied to me the loss of my mother, whom I do not even remember. So early I lost her. She made a third our little dinner party. There was a fourth, Mademoiselle de La Fontaine, a lady such as you term, I believe, a finishing governess. She spoke French and German. Madame Paron French and broken English, to which my father and I added English, which, partly to prevent its becoming a lost language amongst us, and partly from patriotic motives, we spoke every day. The consequence was a babble, at which strangers used to laugh, and which I make no attempt to reproduce in this narrative. and there were 2 or 3 young lady friends besides, pretty nearly my own age, who were occasional visitors for longer or shorter terms, and these visits I sometimes returned. These were our regular social resources, but of course, there were chance visits from neighbors of only 5 or 6 leagues. My life was, notwithstanding, rather a solitary one, I can assure you. My governesses had just so much control over me, as you might conjecture, such oh my god. As you might conjecture, such sage person would have had it in the case of a rather spoiled girl, whose only parent allowed her pretty much her own way in everything. The first occurrence in my existence, which produced a terrible impression upon my mind, which, in fact, never has been effaced, was one of the earliest incidences of my life which I can recollect. Was one of the earliest incidents of my life which I can recollect. Some people think it's so trifling that it should not be recorded here. You will see, however, by and by why I mention it. The nursery, as it was called, though I had it all to myself, was a large room in the upper story of the castle, with a steep oak roof. I can't have been more than 6 years old when one night I awoke, and looking around the room from my bed, failed to see the nursery maid. Neither was my nurse there, and I thought myself alone. I was not frightened, for I was one of those happy children who are studiously kept in ignorance of ghost stories, of fairy tales, and of as such lore that makes us cover up our heads when the door cracks suddenly, or the flicker of an expiring candle makes the shadow of a bedpost dance upon the wall nearer to our faces. I was vexed and insulted at finding myself, as I conceived, neglected, and I began to whimper, preparatory to a hearty bout of roaring, when to my surprise, I saw a solemn, I saw a solemn, but a very pretty face looking at me from the side of the bed. It was that of a young lady who was kneeling, with her hands under the coverlet. I looked at her with a kind of pleased wonder, and ceased whimpering. She caressed me with her hands, and lay down beside me on the bed, and drew me towards her, smiling. I felt immediately delightfully soothed, and fell asleep again. I was wakened by a sensation as if 2 needles ran into my breast very deep at the same moment, and I cried loudly. The lady started back, with her eyes fixed on me, and then slipped down upon the floor, and, as I thought, hid herself under the bed. I was now for the first time frightened, and I yelled with all my might and main. Nurse, nursery maid, housekeeper, all came running in, and hearing my story they made light of it, soothing me as they could meanwhile. But, child as I was, I could perceive that their faces were pale with an unwonted look of anxiety, and I saw them look under the bed and about the room, and peep under tables and pluck open cupboards, and the housekeeper whispered to the nurse, "Lay your hand along that hollow in the bed." Did lie there. So sure as you did not, the place is still warm. I remember the nursery maid petting me, and all three examining my chest, where I told them I felt the puncture, and pronouncing that there was no sign visible that any such thing had happened to me. The housekeeper and the two other servants who were in charge of the nursery remained sitting up all night, and from that time a servant was always sat up in the nursery until I was about 14. I was very nervous for a long time after this. A doctor was called in. He was pallid and elderly. How well I remember his long saturnine face, slightly pitted with smallpox, and his chestnut wig. He knows to be. For a good while, every second day, he came and gave me medicine, which of course I hated. The morning I saw this apparition, I was in a state of terror. I could not bear to be left alone, daylight though it was, for a moment. I remember my father coming up and standing at the bedside, and talking cheerfully, and asking the nurse a number of questions, and laughing heartily at one of the answers, and patting me on the shoulder, kissing me, and telling me not to be frightened, that it was nothing but a dream, and could not hurt me. But I was not comforted, for I knew that the strange woman was not a dream, and I was awfully frightened. I was a little consoled by the nursery maids assuring me that it was she who had come in and looked at me, and had laid down beside me in the bed, and that I must have been half dreaming not to have known her face. But this, though supported by the nurse, did not quite satisfy me. I remembered, in the course of that day, a venerable old man in a black cassock coming into the room with the nurse and housekeeper, and talking a little to them, and very kindly to me. His face was very sweet and gentle, and he told me they were going to pray, and join my hands together, and desired me to say, softly, while they were praying, "Lord, hear all the good prayers of our God. Lord, hear all the good prayers for us, for Jesus' sake." I think those were the very words, for I often repeated them to myself, and my nurse used for years to make me say them in my prayers. I remembered so well the thoughtful, sweet face of the white-haired old man in his black cassock, as he stood in that rude, lofty brown room, with the clumsy furniture of a fashion 300 years old about him, and the scantily light entering its shadowy atmosphere through a small lattice. He kneeled, and the three women with him, and he prayed aloud with the earnest, quavering voice for what appeared to me a long time. I forget all my life preceding that event, and for some time after it is all obscure also. But the scenes I have just described stand out vivid as the isolated picture of the phantasmagoria surrounded by darkness. And that's chapter 1. What did you guys think so far? Hey, Tetra! Welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping by. Is greatly appreciated. Liked it? Hell yeah. I'm thinking I might actually do a proper narration and up on the channel. What are your opinions and thoughts on that? I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. Chat for a bit. Laura's like, yes. Okay. That's okay, Stan. Much appreciated. That says yes. Excellent. Kids 14 and scared of hallucination. Better than selling swag and YOLO. Oh my god. I haven't heard either of those in... My goodness, indie. That's why it's funny. Damn kids with their rock and roll tactics. I might have to block someone if they say that consistently. I'm sorry, Nat. Sorry. Alright, Lone Wolf, have a good one. Thank you for coming to the stream. It is greatly appreciated. Oh my god, I forgot to mute. Ah! You know when you check something on your stream and you just mess it up completely. Yeah. It's fun. Everything. Hey! Jack is back! Welcome to the stream! Happy Easter! Oh yeah, it's Easter! And anyone who celebrates. How's everyone? I'm doing good, how are you? I think that's all good. No one has to celebrate any. Don't actually celebrate. Hearts? Oh yes. I'm gonna get Easter lunch yesterday with the family and all hunted Easter. How many Easter eggs did you find? Hunt, I should say. Hey, the Keeper! How are you, dude? When is our collab coming out? There'll be more in just a bit. I'm just having a quick rest. Gonna give out a free channel membership. I am feeling generous. I'm not sure why the sound didn't work earlier. That was quite strange. I haven't turned anything off, so... Yeah, that one did up. Huh, okay. The channel memberships aren't working. Alright. So far only the super chats are working, sound-wise. Okay, this is weird. Urgh. Let's see. Also, congratulations, Jesse. Not here. I can't hear it. Like, it hasn't come up with any extra... No, chat, no. Alright, after the stream, I'm gonna have to check to see. Big sad. Hopefully in the next few weeks, been sick with allergies. Oh, that's all good. I hope you feel better soon. I blame Jericho. Yeah, this is all Jericho's fault. How dare he? But one thing we could do while I'm having a... is we could decide on Dreadful Raven's... So, every mod has a nickname. Or like a title. So, Laura's is the parent mod, Adam's is sort of mean. What is Dreadful? You know, the other parent mod. So we need one for Dreadful. So the two that Dreadful like the most, Crab, are they? I asked what one. So we have a choice of two, so we're going to do a poll. Hey Jordan, welcome to this. No I haven't. What is it? Alright. So, what would Dreadful Raven would title be? Now these are two of her favorites, so that's what we're gonna go. So please cast your votes. I'll just leave that up for a little bit and everyone can decide which one they like the best. So, they revealed the X-Men team season 2. Interesting. Your audio kind of screwed up today. It's keep going silent every... Everyone else, is it still going silent every 2 seconds? Sounds fine on his end. I'm gonna have to listen back through the stream later on at what happens. Because sometimes I'll see something and stop talking mid-sentence or word sometimes. Hell yeah, Jack, you got a story yours narrated? Very nice. That's working on drawing some names named after all of us. That is pretty cool. It's not that bad. Oh, alright, I'll have a listen to it after the stream and see what can be. I don't know if it's just an internet thing or if it's something else, but let me see if this helps close some extra. Hopefully that will be enough to help it out a little bit. Jack can't tell. Either way, guys, I hope it stops. I can't remember the cat's name off the top of my head. When is Soul Calibur 7 coming out? I'm not sure, to be honest. Hello, Devane! Welcome to the stream! Hello, Romanov! Happy Easter to you. Welcome. If anyone new, and then I'm going to move on to read the next chapter. A long chapter? Oh wow, this one is a longer chapter. So, I will be checking the chat, I think halfway, because it is on the long side. And I do want to preserve my voice, because I do have to hope it comes out this year. Did you do anything fun for Easter? Well, Jordan, technically Easter was yesterday for me. But other than eating some Easter eggs and things, my family didn't really do anything. We don't really celebrate Easter all that much. It was, for the most part, just another day. So, I would, the vote is at 50-50. God damn it. Oh no. I should have added a third option. God damn it, chat. Gremlin. Gavin. Say Obus long and political. I don't think I'll get to it today, Rose. The real holiday is now for you, and the candy is on sale. See, you've got a point there, Laura. You've got a point. I do quite love a bargain. Do a live reading button test? Maybe. Maybe. I've still got to finish Capella. And I've got some other stories as well, but maybe in the future, Jordan. I'm the tiebreaker. Oh no, I have to make a decision. I have to make a choice. Dun, dun. I'm scared. I'm gonna move on to reading yet again. Because I'm gonna get stuck talking in the chat. And, once that happens, it's difficult for me to stop. So, I will get rolling. Hopefully, by the time I'm finished, there'll be a tiebreaker. Someone will come in and break the stalemate. Will the entire book be read or just chapters? Basically I'll be doing up until... I'll see how I feel with each chapter, but I hope to get at least 2 or 3 done during this stream, but So Jordan, Camilla is about a vampire. It's a vampire story that predates Dracula. Your favorite Steve? Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that one. I can get Sky to turn it into a No, Laura, no. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna start reading Gremlin. Okay, chapter 2, A Guess. I'm now going to... I keep wanting to grab my clicker and be like click, click, click whenever I make a mistake. I'm now going to tell you something so strange that it will require all your faith, my veracity, to believe my story. It is not only true, nevertheless, but truth of which I have been an eyewitness. It was a sweet summer evening. My father asked me, as he sometimes did, to take a little ramble with him along that beautiful forest vista, which I have mentioned as lying in front of the General Spilsdorf cannot come to us so soon as I had hoped, said my father, as we pursued our walk. He was to have paid us a visit for some weeks, and we expected his arrival the next day. It was to have brought with him a young lady, his niece and ward, Mademoiselle Renfield, whom I had never seen, but whom I had been heard of described as being a very charming, and in whose society I had promised myself many happy days. I was more disappointed than a young lady living in a town or a bustling neighborhood can possibly imagine. This visit, and the new acquaintance it promised, had furnished my daydream for many weeks. And how soon does he come? Sorry, I'm doing... And how soon does he come? I asked. Not till autumn. Not for 2 weeks, I dare say, he answered. And I am very glad now, dear, that you never knew Mademoiselle Renfield. And why? I asked, both mortified and curious. Because the poor young lady is dead, he replied. I quite forgot I had not told you. But you were not in the room when I received the General's letter this evening. I was very much shocked. General Spilsdorf had mentioned in his first letter, 6 or 7 weeks before, that he was not so well as he would wish her. And there was nothing to suggest the remotest suspicion of danger. Here is the General's letter, he said, handing it to me. I'm afraid he is in a great affliction. The letter appears to me to have been written very nearly in distraction. Hey, baby! I love the family stream, lady. It is a family stream. Oh, BB. Do you want to be the deciding vote? Oh, wait. We've broken the stalemate, but I'll leave it up. Alright. I'm reading Camilla the Vampire Queen. We sat down on a rude beach, under a group of magnificent lime trees. The sun was setting with all of its melancholy splendor behind the sylvan horizon, and the stream that flows beside our home, and passes under the steep old bridge I have mentioned, wound through many a group of noble trees, almost at our feet, reflecting in its current the fading crimson of the sky. General Spindorf's letter was so extraordinary, so venomous, and in some places so self-contradictory, that I read it twice over, the second time aloud to my father, and was still unable to account for it, except by supposing that grief had unsettled his mind. It said, "I have lost my darling daughter, for as such I loved her. During the last days of dear Bertha's illness, I was not able to write to you. Before then, I had no idea of her danger. I have lost her, and now learn all late. She died in the peace of innocence, and in the glorious hope of a blessed futurity. The fiend who betrayed our infatuated hospitality has done it all. I thought I was receiving into my house innocence, gaiety, a charming companion for my lost Bertha. Heavens, what a fool I have been! I thank God my child died without a suspicion of the cause of her suffering. She is gone without so much as a conjecturing the nature of her illness, and the accursed passion of the agent of all this misery. I devote my remaining days to tracking and extinguishing a monster. I am told I may hope to accomplish my righteous and merciful purpose. At present, there is scarcely a gleam of light to guide me. I curse my conceited induality, my despicable affection for superiority, my blindness, my obstinacy, all too late. I cannot write or talk collectedly now. I am distracted. So soon as I shall have little recovered, I mean to devote myself to a time to inquiry, which I may possibly lead me as far as Vienna. Sometime in the autumn, 2 months hence, or earlier if I live, I will see you. That is, if you permit me. I will then tell you all that I scarce dare upon paper now. Farewell. Pray for me, dear friend." In these terms ended this strange letter. Though I had never seen Bertha Renfield, my eyes filled with tears at the sudden intelligence. I was startled, as well as profoundly disappointed. The sun had now set, and it was twilight by the time I had returned the General's letter to my father. It was a soft, clear evening, and we loitered, speculating upon the possible meanings of the violent and incoherent sentences which I had just been reading. We had nearly a mile to walk before reaching the road that passes the Schloss in front, and by the time the moon was shining brightly. At the drawbridge I met Madame Parion and Mademoiselle de la Fontaine, who had come out, without their bonnets, to enjoy the exquisite moonlight. Without your bonnet? Oh, it's not. I don't know if that's how it would have been. I'm just guessing. Found a horse skull? Yeah, take it with you. Everything. We heard their voices grabbling in anime dialogue as we approached. We joined them at the drawbridge and turned about to admire with them the beautiful scene. The glade through which we had just walked lay before us. At our left, the narrow road wound away under the clumps of lordly trees. It was lost to sight amid the thickening forest. At the right, the same road oh my god. At the right, the same road crosses the steep and the picturesque bridge, near which stands a ruined tower which once guarded that pass. And beyond the bridge, an abrupt eminence rises, covered with trees and showing in the shadows some grey ivy clustered. Over the sward and low grounds, a thin film of mist was stealing like smoke, marking the distances with a transparent veil. And here and there, we could faintly see the river. Oh my god. Here and there, we could faintly see the river flashing. And here and there, we could see. Oh my god. And here and there, we could see the river faintly flashing in the moonlight. No softer, sweeter scene could be imagined. The news I had just heard made it melancholy, but nothing could disturb its character of profound serenity, and the enchanted glory and vagueness of the prospect. My father, who enjoyed the picturesque, and I stood looking in silence over the expanse beneath us, and the two good governesses, standing a little way behind us, discoursed upon the scene, and were eloquent upon the moon. Oh my god, it's so rude. I just read ahead a little bit. Madame Parion was fat, middle-aged and romantic, and talked and sighed poetically. Mademoiselle de La Fontaine, in right of her father who was a German, assumed to be psychological, metaphysical, and something of a mystic, now declared that when the moon shone with a light so intense, it was well known that it indicated a special spiritual activity. Hey, Ollie, welcome to the stream. It's good to see. Hello, hello. The effect of the full moon in such a state of brilliancy was manifold. It acted on dreams. It acted on lunacy. It acted on nervous people. It had a marvelous physical influences connected with life. Mademoiselle related that her cousin, who was mate of a merchant, had taken a nap on a deck on such a night, laying on his back, with his face full in the light of the moon, had wakened after a dream of an old woman clawing at him by the chin, with his features horribly drawn to one side, and his countenance had never quite recovered its equilibrium. The moon, this night, she said, is full of idyllic it's full of idyllic and magnetic influence. See, when you look behind you at the front of the slough, how it My throat keeps randomly getting dry. Quite frustrating. And when you look behind you at the front of the sloth, how all of its windows slash and twinkle with that silvery splendor, as if unseen hands had lightened up the room to receive fairy guests. There are indolent styles of spirits in which, indisposed to talk ourselves, the talk of others is pleasant to our listless. And I gazed on, pleased with the tinkle of the ladies' conversation. Hey, Demented! Welcome to the stream! So, as you may see, there's the poll. You want to check it out? You having an allergic reaction? I don't think so. I'm drinking the tea I have my energy drink for energy. I have my water, so I'm not sure what's going on. I do wonder if it's allergies. I know, I've got some water. Alright. I've gotten into one of my mopey moods tonight, said my father, after a silence, and quoting Shakespeare, whom, by way of keeping up our English, he used to read aloud. He said, "In truth, I do not know why I'm so sad. It wearies me. You say it wearies you, but how I got it, came by it." I forget the rest, but I feel as if some great misfortune were hanging over us. I suppose the poor general's afflicted letter has had something to do with it. At this moment, the unwonted sound of carriage wheels and many hoofs on the road arrested our attention. They seemed to be approaching from the level. That's weird, like my lips and everything are going dry randomly as well. And many hooves upon the road arrested our attention. They seemed to be approaching from the high ground overlooking the bridge, and very soon the equipage emerged from that point. 2 horsemen first crossed the bridge. Then came a carriage drawn by 4 horses, and 2 men rode behind. Sparkling. I haven't really drank sparkling very much. It seemed to be the traveling carriage of a person of rank, and we were all immediately absorbed in watching that very unusual spectacle. It became, in a few moments, greatly more interesting. But just as the carriage had passed the summit of the steep bridge, one of the leaders, taking fright, communicated his panic to the rest, and after taking a plunge or two, the whole team broke into a wild gallop together, and dashing between the horsemen who rode in front, came thundering along the road towards us with the speed of a hurricane. The excitement of the scene was more painful by the clear, long-drawn screams of a female voice from the carriage window. We all advance in curiosity and horror, me rather in silence, and the rest with various ejaculations of terror. It's okay, guys. Yeah, I will have a break. A little bit of a break here. Oh well, we did actually get through quite a bit of it. Are you all enjoying Camilla? You know what? I am gonna do a production. I'm really enjoying it. I've read this before, but it was quite a few years ago. Let's... Oh yes, the poll. The poll is still tied. Wait, there's 18 votes. Let's see. What have you all done? Polls move. Guys, wait. Polls? Oh, wait, can I? Oh wait, I can vote too. Hang on. Haha! We'll leave that up until the end of the break. So, the narration voice is a little bit different from my normal voice. Just how the cook... Well, I've already voted on it, so... Bit of a weird thing to say, Rose, don't you think? I wonder though, because there's 19 votes now. So if there is... I can just imagine people when they pop in the stream, they'll vote randomly. Like, oh, there's a poll. I'll do the poll. And then what's about the next time I check, it is going to be half again. It's gonna be like, fine. Randos will try to even the poll. True. Yes, exactly. Look, we need polls. Here I am embracing democracy. Ah, yes. Nat, you research the Fergana horse. Like this. That's gonna look so random. Like if someone comes in, like, why is there a discussion about a horse? But that's fine. It happens. My strange addictions polls. Not gonna lie, I do love a good poll. Just saying Rome lasted another 200 years after they abandoned democracy. I mean... Yeah. Well, a part of me is going, well, actually? I'm like, no, this isn't. in a history stream. This is the live reading. Oh, Rose, I'm curious, but also scared slightly. Okay, I think I'll close the poll and then Dreadful Raven will be bestowed her glorious mod title. I can't find it on that thing. Like it's like it didn't pin it or anything. This is awkward. Why is it not show? It's fine. Everything. Oh. Right here. Alright, chat. Those who have yet to cast their vote, do so or forever hold your peace. Alright. Time to end the poll. Alright. Poll is ended. Not showing up, but I've ended the poll. There we go. Oh my god, that was a bit of lag there, but alright. So chat, at 53%, Chaos Familiar, Gremlin in Chief at 47%. So, congratulations, Dreadful Raven. You are now known as Chaos Familiar. Excellent. Hey, Rooster, welcome to the stream. How are you? It is good to see you. Easy to use, but so good. Go for some right about. That sounds utterly amazing. Woohoo! Like hearts. Yes, I appreciate everyone for participating in the poll. It was really helpful. Have pets? No, not at all, Ali. That is perfectly fine to ask. I'm always down to answer questions. So, currently I have cats and a dog. And, hang on, I'll show you the screen. I'm not going to be right back, but you can... Oh, see a drawing version. So, the cat on the left... Wait, no. The dog on the... So, facing you, the dog on the left-hand side, that's, the puppy. It's the baby. And the cat on the opposite side, she's no longer with us. That's Lily. Died was some time ago now. And the two in front, the black and white one, that's Lily. He is an absolute menace to society. And the white one is the lion. Nearly 19 years old. He's quite an old man. Also, hey Dexter, welcome to this. Got my eyes on you, Dexter. Got my eyes on you. Gonna take it off so people don't think I'm. There we go. They're so cute. I love my baby. Even if they are absolute menaces to society. When my cat, when the lion was a little kitten, well not a kitten, but like in like a sort of like 4 years old, he would. We have a hill hoist, so like a clothesline, and he would like randomly run up and like try to rip the towels off. You cheeky boy. They are very cute. Thank you, Ali. I love my baby. You're a cat person, Ollie? Hell yeah. I have noticed that quite a lot of people here love kittens. Hello, Trooper. The troop has arrived. The menace to sobriety has arrived. Oh dear. Trooper, you missed the poll for Dreadful Raven's title as a mod. 1 good boy point deducted. Laura, she says that like she doesn't call nearly all animals of any age bait. Why are you calling me out on stream, Laura? I see what you're doing. Alright, you're being harassed by zombies. We're doing good, Dexter. So, I'm going through reading Camilla. I'm probably going to be doing a proper narration of this for the channel and then uploading it. Hey, Andy, welcome to the stream. How are you? I wonder if I should just put up a just chatting thing. You're right, chat. That is a... Paste it somewhere. And then... Chatting break. Chatting... Big brain. There we go. All the zombies to bugger off. In Gordon Ramsay's voice. True. Playing Pokemon Scarlet. Ooh. I haven't played that one. Poor Trooper. He comes in and says hello and everyone's like, How are you, Trooper, by the way? Can you write a story about your pets? So, I do have a story. So, after Lily passed away, I was going to write a story about her. And I do have some cat-related stories coming for the channel, too. And like creature collectors. Alright. I mean, I don't really get overly excited by them. I played Power World for a while, but I'm just like, right. How many good boy points do I have? That is a good question. It depends on how kind I'm feeling that. That sounds so... Actually, no, I'll go with a different sippy. I'm gonna go with my energy drink. $500? Interesting, Cooper. Interesting. How's the drawing tablet doing? The drawing tablet is in the box, nice and safe, no issues at all. The points didn't matter. The points do matter, Dexter. How would... Also a survival game. If I don't count it. I mean, you know what? You've got a good point. Got a good point there. You're still waiting your rule story, by the way. Oh yes, that's true. Yes, hang on. You may add to that the notes. Hang on. I don't think I've written a rules yet. If I have, at least not for my channel. Hey Richard! Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you? Happy Easter, Richard. Really, whose line is it anyway? True. It's fine, everything's fine. Poor lad is stuck in purgatory. Someday I will use the drawing tablet. I was thinking, like, after I get a bit of skills up with it, I might do a drawing stream, and then I'll draw people in the chat. Obviously, if you don't want your picture drawn, I'm not going to draw you, but, like, I think it'll be fun, maybe. Or stressful. Possibly both. But, you know what, it'll be fine. Everything's fine. Good. So, next week, I'm going to have a guest on with me. I'm going to be joined by Bidiff. It's all good, Ali. I appreciate you coming to the stream and hanging out for a while. Have a good one. I'll see you next time, or when I post my video this week. And do your second rune read. Hell yeah, Richard. That's pretty cool. You're gonna have to let me know how it goes. Picked a good time to finally pick an avatar character. I mean, that is a good point, Troop. That is a good point. Look, just because you were driven by fear of the flames... It's fine. Everything's fine. Raven's like, yay. Chai Kitty! Hello, Chai Kitty! Speaking of art, Chai Kitty also does art. I don't know if Chai Kitty does commission. Do you do commissions, Chai Kitty? Just come in, I'm here asking all these intense questions. We're just doing a drag performance? Hell yeah! Send me some photos, please, and of your sheet thing. Find 2 lost buildings for the both of you. Do it. Okay, that is a good question. Not Ali. So that is a good question, Andy. I should have specified avatar of your OC or just your profile picture. We'll do Milady Tips Fedora. I mean, it could be all 3, but That wasn't quite what I intended. Am I on the big screen, Richard? Am I famous? There we go. The sippy sip. Lady coming on too strongly. What's your blood type? Oh no. Funny you should say that, Rose. I have asked that during a stream, and people did tell me, so. Wait, I think, Richard, I think you were there back then. Nat, how do you not know what your blood type is? You should know this. If you're ever in an accident or something, and they need to give you a blood transfusion, you're better off knowing. Trooper! Trooper, okay, this is your task. But Nat, find out what your blood type is. We call this segment of the stream Lady Yells at People. Laura, how do you... You aren't getting me. I don't even know it. I see what this is. You're avoiding telling me your blood type. Just because I'm allegedly a blood demon is no reason to get weird. B+. Sounds delicious, dreadful. Richard thinks you're O. If you're O negative, Richard, you should be donating blood. So should you, Chai Kitty. O negative? Ooh, blood donation. I'm not being weird. I just realized how creepy that sounded. I'm sorry. But like, so the universal donor is O negative. Minus. Trooper says my blood type is H2 Democratic. God. It's fine. Everything. So also, you all missed. Keep saying it makes that stuff. Look, sometimes, look, I have to lure the chat into a false sense of security. Okay. Let me kapow. Gotta shower quickly. Alright, Richard. We'll be waiting. The energy drink kicked in all at once, and I'm so sorry. It just activated gremlin mode, and I'm just like... Need another sippy sip. We're waiting, Richard. I don't know if I'm on the big screen or not. Yeah, so we've been reading Camilla. I'm really enjoying this story. Really, really. How many words it is? Alright, so I'm going to go back to a bit more of the readings. Thank you for your patience, guys. I did need a break. That's what we're here. Our suspense did not last long. Oh wait, I need to put up the thing again. Okay, there we go. Our suspense did not last long. Just before you reached the castle drawbridge, on the route they were coming, there stands by the roadside a magnificent lime tree, and on the other stands an ancient stone cross, at the side of which the horses, now going at a pace that was perfectly frightful, swerved so to bring the wheel under the projecting roots of the tree. I knew what was coming. I covered my eyes, unable to see out, and turned my head away. At the same moment I heard a cry from my lady friend, who had gone on a little. Curiosity opened my eyes, and I saw a scene of utter confusion. Two of the horses were on the ground. The carriage lay upon its side, with two wheels in the air. The men were busy removing the traces, and a lady, with a commanding air and figure, had got out, and stood with clasped hands, raising the handkerchief that was now in them every now and then to her eyes. Through the carriage door was now lifted a young lady, who appeared to be lifeless. My dear father was already beside the elder lady, his hat in his, evidently tendering his aid and resources of his. The lady did not appear to hear him, or to have eyes for anything. The slender girl was being placed against the slope of the bank. I approached. The young lady was apparently stunned. She was certainly not dead. My father, who piqued himself on being something of a physician, had just his fingers on her waist and assured the lady, who declared herself her mother, that her pulse, though faint and irregular, was undoubtedly still distinguishable. The lady clasped her hand and looked upward, as if in a momentary transport of gratitude. But immediately she broke out again in that theatrical way which is, I believe, natural to some people. She was what is called a fine-looking woman in the prime of her life, and must have been handsome. She was tall but not thin, and dressed in black velvet, and looked rather pale, but with a proud and commanding countenance, though now agitated strangely. Who has ever been born to who has ever been so born to calamity? I heard her say, with clasped hands, as I came up. Here I am, on a journey of life and death, in prosecuting to lose an hour is possibly to lose all. My child will not have recovered sufficiently to resume her route, but who knows how... to resume her route, for who can say how long? I must leave her. I cannot, dare not delay. How far, sir, can you tell? It's the nearest village. I must leave her there, and I shall not see my darling, or even hear of her till my return. 3 months hence. I plucked my father by the coat, and whispered earnestly in his ear, "Oh, Papa, pray for her. Pray, ask her to let her stay with us. It will be so delightful. Do pray. If Madame would, if Madame would God, if Madame would entrust her child to the care of my daughter, and to that of her good governess, Madame Perrin, and permit her to remain as our guest, under my charge, until her return, it will confer distinction and obligation upon us, and we shall treat her with all the care and devotion which so sacred a trust deserves." "I cannot do that, sir. It would be to task your kindness and chivalry too cruelly, said the lady, distractedly. It would, on the contrary, be to confer upon us a very great kindness at the moment when we most need it. My daughter has been just disappointed by a cruel fortune, and in a visit from which she had long anticipated a great deal of happiness. If you confide this lady to our care, it will be her best oh my god. If you confine in this young lady to our care, it will be her best consolidation. The nearest village on your route is distant, and it affords no such inn as you would think at placing your daughter at. Cannot allow her to continue her journey for any considerable distance without danger. If, say, cannot suspend your journey, and you must part with her tonight, and nowhere you could do so with more honest assurances of care and tenderness than here. There was something in this lady's air and appearance so distinguished and even imposing, and in her manner so engaging, as to impress one, quite apart from the dignity of her equipage, with a conviction that she was a person of consequence. By this time the carriage was replaced in its upright position, and the horses, quite tractable, in the traces again. The lady threw on her daughter a glance, which I fancied was not quite so affectionate as one might have anticipated from the beginning of the scene. Then she beckoned slightly to my father, and withdrew 2 or 3 steps with him out of the hearing, and talked with him in a fixed and stern countenance. Not at all like that which we... God damn it. Not at all like that which she had hitherto spoken. I was filled with wonder that my father did not seem to perceive the change, and was so unspeakably curious to learn what it could be that she was speaking, almost in his ear. So much earnestness and rapidity. 2 or 3 minutes at most, I think she remained thus employed. Then she turned, and a few steps brought her to where her daughter lay, supported by Madame Paridon. He knelt beside her for a moment, whispered, as Madame supposed, a little benediction in her ear. Then hastily kissing her, she stepped into her carriage. The door was closed. The footmen in stately liveries jumped up behind. The outriders spurred on, and the postilions cracked their whips. The horses plunged and broke suddenly into a furious canter that threatened soon again to become a gallop. The carriage whirled away, followed at the same rapid pace by 2 horsemen in the rear. And that concludes chapter 2. What did you all think? Oh yeah. How long's the oh my god. So the next chapter is also long. So I'm gonna take a little break until maybe 5 or 10 past. So we'll chat for a bit. It really is interesting. So this and a heap of other stories are for free. So this is a public domain story. So I'm gonna grab the link and then post it in the chat for you. So now when it comes to copyright, double check. So the US copyright has expired, but if you're in a country different to the US, you may want to double check. But there's heaps of things on the website that you may check out at your leisure. So it's got Dracula on here. There's no fees, no registration. It is completely free. Buildings are also subject to copyright. Interesting. I did not know that. So you have all of William Shakespeare. You have Frankenstein. You have Emily Bronte. There's a heap of stuff. I haven't gone through all of it, but there is so many things you can check out. It is definitely worth having a look-see at some point. And it's, I like free. Bargain. Create book. Oh, that's true. So as soon as you create something, technically then that's when you have the copyright for it. Oh, yes, I'm gonna put the break thing. Just so when people, I mean, people when they come in could. Break time. Are children copyrightable? No, Laura. That was a good one. That was very much a good one. I imagine the design is probably copyrighted. Architects. But I'm not too sure exactly. Don't quote me on it. It's fine. Everything is. Cloning is outside legal. Can you imagine if someone cloned you but without your permission? That'd be so rude. I think it's one thing like. Can you imagine a company being like, okay, look, if you die on the job, we have the right to clone you. Oh, that would make a good story. That would be a good story. Technically, wouldn't it be your parents who own the copyright because they're the ones who made it? Or would you have it because you're just born with you? That creates an interesting dilemma, people. Trooper says fan-made works fall into a weird legal grey area. Typically, as long as they're not making money off it, something like a fan project, they bat not. That is true for the most part, and with a lot of things. But in the past, Anne Rice went after people who write fan fiction with her characters. I think she tried to get a site taken down, and she had people remove their stories they made. So what would happen if one parent wants to sell the copyright to you, but the other one doesn't? So it ends up in this weird legal limbo. You know what? Hang on. Okay, just writing the ideas down before I forget. Laura, I demand the right to make a clone army of myself for world domination. Laura, I don't see multiple yous agreeing. I see it being kind of like when there was a whole bunch of Ricks on Rick and Morty, and they all disagree with each other. That was the biggest blow I've ever done in my garage. Dexter, I'm a little scared. What? You know what, Nat? You are not wrong. You are not wrong at all. God damn it. Wood, dust, cobweb, small animals right out the door. Oh. The inhibitor Laura, you've spent way too much time thinking about this. Oh dear. Something keeps growling at these weird times. Patient smell. Oh my god, stop grumbling. I actually might go on. Actually, no. God damn it. I mean, true. That was a good one. That was a good one. Oh, you took your leaf blower to your garage. Oh, okay. Dexter, when are you gonna come and clean out my garage as well? Doesn't surprise you in the Laura, yeah, like very rarely you say things that surprise me. Trooper, when I read your comment, I just imagined American bald eagles with the American flag behind you going Grr! So why are we talking about when we were all how did we get on this topic? I thought having superpowers would be bad, but there's a downside to. I recently discovered that one doesn't seem to have the multi. I surprised you before lately, a couple of times, a couple of. Heck. Oh god, something popped. It's fine. Everything's fine. I didn't start it. I mean, that's true. I can't. Oh, can't take you anyway. Raymond. Or just throwing you under the bus. I'm gonna actually go be right back and have a little walk around just real quickly. My legs are getting a bit stiff, but I'll be back in just a moment. Yeah, RB. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I just need to do a quick stretchy stretch, you know? If in doubt, do a stretchy stretch. Like so. There we go. Oh, I'm on TV! I'm on Troopers TV. Hell yeah. I approve. It's okay, Richard. I appreciate you dropping by and hanging out for a bit. I will see you later, either in the server or around. Oh gosh, the jokes. Oh dearie me. Dexter, goddammit. Does a demon really need to flex their joints and muscles to stay limber? Seems like a bit of a stretch. Ha ha ha. Look, I have to be nerfed, okay? In the meta. In the game universe. Good night, Richard. Have a good rest. See you later. Be good. Be in for your blood type later. Alright, time to take a sippy sip. Yeah, I got my eyes on you, Dexter. My eye on you. So, for those who don't know, I did do a face reveal not too long ago on my community tab. So if you haven't seen the wonder that is my face, why not check it out after this stream? Where was I up to? Next time, if anyone creepy tries to creep on me, I'm gonna start just posting that time. Trooper, have you seen my face reveal? Or chapter 3? Oh, thank you. So my face reveal is on my community tab. Not a lot of people saw it. It's big sad. Yeah, try key. I did a face reveal. I'm not having my face melt again. Look, I'm sorry, my beauty is beyond words. Trooper, you're losing a good boy point. What do you mean? Horse game screenshot. That is my face. You look pretty in real life. Like your OC. Thank you. Where is it? It's on my community. Hang on. Where is it? Hang on. Chat, help, I'm lost. I'll grab it for you. That sounded wrong, but... Here you go, try kitty. Marry me. We'll try kitty, we're already married. Sorry, freezer man. Too slow, we're already married. Excellent both. Hey. Vidith got the face reveal idea from me. Okay? From me. The most beautiful, venomous blood demon ever to exist. Indeed. Indeed. In all truth, though I don't know if I'd ever do a face reveal, but who knows. People on the internet can be kind of weird. That's the second one he's done. Oh yeah, I know he did a video one years ago that he was going to do. Oh my goodness. So we're past the 2-hour mark, so I don't think we'll do a lot more of the production, but I do hope to eventually have the full version of Camilla. So I'm gonna see how long it is. Size matters, people. Size matters. Let's see. Have we done a poll yet? Andy, we did do a poll. We did a poll to decide what, we did do a poll to decide what Dreadful Raven's, mod, title is. So the story is... Oh my god. Okay, it might take a while. So the story is 27,885,000 words. Okay, I think that would be the biggest production I've ever done on my channel, I think. Thereabouts. Ella. Oh. I'm gonna have to go through the terms and conditions. But you know what? We'll do another poll. What should I snack on after? In nuggies. Chocolate? Alright, that'll do. There is now a poll. It's a vital... Chat, it is a vital poll. There we go. The natural order is... Bad pool, not healthy option. They are all healthy options. If I can do Dorian Gray, you can... That's true. Oh god. Yeah, you know, I'll give it a go. I think this is going to be one of the longer term projects. I think I'm going to have to give roles away to make it easier. That is quite a good idea, Matt. 3K words? That, you know what, Dreadful? That is a lot. Like, when you've just started doing narrations, to just go in and do Dorian Gray, that is quite an achievement. Be quite proud of yourself. Chicken nugget hash browns dipped in chocolate sauce. Ew, brother, ew. That sounds absolutely disgusting. Oreos. Alright, Chai Kitty, thank you for coming. Make sure you send me those pictures of you, your drag performance. But yes, I know. My, the allure of my face reveal was too much to bear. I understand in a moment. You're doing Frankenstein now? Send them over in a few. Excellent. Where do you think chocolate eggs come from? You've absolutely blown my mind, Rose. Absolutely blown my mind. God. I haven't had chickpeas in ages, but they're so good for you. Hold up a bit longer. You all can decide what I'm going to nom nom on after this. But let's see. So go back to chapter 3, that's it. Whee! Oh, I'm up. Oh, nope. Come on. There we go. Ooh, hummus. Hummus is good. I'm gonna read a little bit long. I'm not gonna get this full chapter done today, but yeah, I'm gonna grab the thing. There we go. Chapter 3. We compare notes. We follow the cortege with our eyes until it was swiftly lost to sight in the misty. And the very sound of the hooves and the wheels died away in the silent night. Nothing remained to assure us that the adventure had not been an illusion of the moment. The young lady, who just at that moment opened her eyes. I could not see, for her face was turned from me. She raised her head, evidently looking about her, and I heard a sweet voice ask complainingly, "Where is Mama?" Our good Madame Peridon answered tenderly, and added some comfortable assurances. I then heard her ask, "Where am I? What is this place?" And after that she said, "I don't see the carriage. And Matska, where is she?" Madame answered all her questions insofar as she understood them, and gradually the young lady remembered how the misadventure came about, and was glad to hear that no one in or in attendance on the carriage was hurt, and on learning that her mamma had left her here till her return in about 3 months, she wept. I was going to add my consolations to those of Madame Perignon when Mademoiselle Ilafonte placed her hand upon my arm, saying, "Approach. One at a time is as much she can at present converse with. A very little excitement would possibly overpower her now." As soon as she is comfortably in bed, I thought, I will run up to her room and see her. My father in the meantime had sent a servant on horseback for the physician, who lived about 2 leagues away, and a bedroom was being prepared for the young lady's reception. The stranger now rose, and leaning on Madame's arm, walked slowly over the drawbridge and into the castle gate. In the hall, servants waited to receive her, and she was conducted forthwith to her room. The room we usually sat in as our drawing room is long, having 4 windows, and looked over the moat and drawbridge, upon the forest scene I have just described. It was furnished in old carved oak, with large carved cabinets, and the chairs are cushioned with the crimson Utrecht velvet. The walls are covered with tapestry and surrounded with great gold frames, the figures being as large as life, in ancient and very curious costume, and the figures represented are hunting, hawking, and generally festive. It's not too stately to be extremely comfortable. And here we had our tea. With his usual patriotic leanings, he insisted that the national beverage should make its appearance regularly without coffee and chocolate. We sat here this night, and with candles lighted, we're talking over the adventure of the evening. Madame Perignon and Mademoiselle de la Fonte were both of our party. The young stranger had hardly lain down in her bed when she sank into a deep sleep, and those ladies had left her in the care of a servant. "How do you like our guest?" I asked, as soon as Madame entered. "Tell me about her." "I like her extremely," answered Madame. "She is, I almost think, the prettiest creature I ever saw, about your age, and so gentle and nice." "She is absolutely beautiful," threw in Mademoiselle, who had peeped for a moment into the stranger's room. "In such a sweet voice," added Madame Perignon. "Did you remark a woman in the carriage, after it was set up again, who did not get out?" inquired Mademoiselle. "But only from the window? No, I had not seen her." "Oh. Let's see. She described a hideous woman, with a sort of coloured turban on her head, who was gazing out all the time from the carriage window, nodding and grinning derisively towards the ladies, with gleaming eyes and large white eyeballs, and her teeth set as if in fury." "Did you remark on what an ill-looking pack of men the servants were?" asked Madame. "Yes," said my father, who had just come in. "Ugly, hangdog-looking fellows as I ever beheld in my life. I hope they mayn't rob the poor lady in the forest." They're clever rogues. However, they got everything to rights in the minute. I dare say they are worn out with too much. Right? My throat needs a rest. Chat. Every so often, I need rest quite more than I used to. I swear it happened ever since COVID. Like the last round that I've had it, my throat's changed. I can't record for as long as I used to. It's quite frustrating. And it's like especially given, you know, job, one of them. Are you guys enjoying the narration thus far? You get a fair bit done. Oh, it was really strange. So before that, when I lost my voice, there was like a tightness, and like it twisted. It felt like it twisted and like got really tight, right down my neck. And then, like there was like a pull, and then I couldn't speak, and I sounded like an old lady for a while. And then I wasn't able to talk at all. So it was quite, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna rest my throat, guys. I can't, so some of my peers are able to record an insane amount every single. Fortunately, I don't think I'm quite like that. I have to pace things out a little bit. Vidith. Oh, that man. He can record a lot in one. So while my voice, when it's tired, will rasp and get all crackly and awful, his will just go deeper. And whenever that happens, he'll just start recording ASMR instead. Anyway, the poll. So at 38% we have chicken nuggies. At 31% we have hash browns. And at 31% we have chocolate. So looks like chicken nuggies is the winner. So I guess that's what I'm going to be having. Man or cyborg? I don't know. It is really smart. Really smart. I'll see how my throat is in about 7 or 8 minutes. So until then, chat, you have me to chat. Get to listen to my rambles. Nuggets for the win. I agree, Dexter. I agree. Yes, that is true, Rose. The key to a successful poll is an odd number of options. Yeah, it can get way too, you know. Love listening to me ramble about stuff and things. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can take a sip. Oh, new. So, for those who don't know, the gaming streams are going well. I think we're 1 or 2 things away from finishing Fallout 3. So we'll have the spooky, we'll have Fallout New Vegas as our new game to obsessively play for a while. Eagles, welcome to the stream. Eagles is one of my beloved channel members. Welcome. Posting some chicken nuggies. Hell yeah. Lies. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. Also, we had a glitch from using console commands, so now I have 2 dog meats. And I'm so happy. I also lost a lot of my loot from bringing back Sharon. Well, that's fine. Everything's fine. That happens. The house always wins. True. That is a very dangerous move, Nat. So now I know not to get rid of my companions mid-quest when they're in a random area. It's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, good. So long as it's not my nugget. Fine. Don't use... I didn't think I'd be having an issue. Bruh. But I guess sometimes that's just what happens. What I should have done was I should have grabbed all my loot from it first. Like from the body, but I just didn't. I should have devoured him while I was there. Little option. Would anyone like to see a sneak peek at the thumbnail for this week's video? So if you are a channel member or a Patreon supporter, you do get the videos out a day early. Let me grab the... My thumbnails are all made by... Sorry. He goes by Simply now. Could be appearing on the screen now. So this story was originally meant to come out more around Valentine's Day, but I figured, you know, it's better late than never. Oh, I haven't forgotten about the ASMR channel. I have not forgotten. If everything goes according to plan, the ASMR channel will get some love. Hopefully soon. But, guess we'll just have to see how it goes. Eyes bottle, oh no. ASMR, the drawing tablet being used. Oh, come on. Look, maybe. Actually, you know what? That sounds like an interesting idea. It's fine. Everything. that may mess a little. I think I'm gonna rest it for the rest of this chat. I'm sorry. I know I promised live reading, but so normally when I do record, it takes me quite a while because I tend to have a lot more breaks during these days. That is okay. Take down. There we go. There we go. First epicness. I haven't drawn for quite a long time. I did play around with it when I first got it, so I kept subconsciously I kept putting down the pen and picking up the mouse. It's really difficult to use like a pen type style when I haven't used it for so long. It's fine. Everything is fine. I do wonder what irritated my throat so quickly. That was quite a surprise because normally it doesn't happen this early. Let me go through my list of I think I've gone through my entire list of things. I'm on time, chat. I'm on time. It does not happen. Do it, Nat. Do it. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna take a quick be right back, but I'll be back in just a moment. BRB. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. I'm sorry I had to get up. I needed to stretch again. My leg really cramping. There we go. Uh, so I do have some bigger projects that are coming. There is also going to be more, so I'm going to be trying to divide up my time between my larger projects and my larger projects and my smaller ones with, you know, it's just me doing narrations. Plus to just give a bit of variety. So not this month, but next month I'm going to be trying to do one video for like 2020. So basically 20 videos for 20 days to give, you know, give the channel a bit of a boost and everything. So I hope you're all ready for that. It'll be pushing myself a little bit, but the stories will be about 20 minutes long. They're not going to be, you know, 30-40 minutes. Have more potassium. Ooh, I wonder if that's causing the issue. I know my iron levels could be on the lower side. That's true, hang on. What happens when you are low in potassium? Muscle weakness, fatigue, constipation, heart palpitation. Ooh. I do get heart palpitations. Oh. You know what? You know, I will have more bananas, or as I call them, nannies. Leg cramp. Ooh, you're right. Yes, indeed, Nat. The 2020 challenge. So a couple of friends of mine have been doing it, and you know what? I want in on the action too. I want to see how it goes. Damn it. So I started taking magnesium again because I was getting leg cramps, and that has stopped it before. Gonna need to add that to the list. So there'll be a video out this week if everything goes time for a multivitamin. I do take like a general multivitamin, so I'm a bit surprised how it's not covering everything. Alright, so next stream we have Vidif on. So I do have a guest on. So I imagine it's going to be chaos. A little bit organized chaos, as I should say. But I have yet to organize the streams after that. So does anyone have any preference for upcoming streams? Doctor time? No, no. Oh no. I hate the doctor so much. So much. It's not my doctor. My doctor, she's a lot. But it's just the idea of going. Like, what I don't like about it is go to the doctor. You make an appointment, okay, to meet at a time. But guess what? You're still waiting there for hours anyway. And you're around sick people. I just don't like it. I'm like, ah! I have to go shopping outside and walk around because I can't stand the office. So they call me when I... It's fine, chat. Everything's... Yes, we have Dreadful Raven. The dreadful... Sorry. The familiar... Alright, I'm a little sleepy. Does anyone have any questions or comments that they would like to ask me? Oh, sorry. Gremlin in Chief. I think... Didn't Gremlin in Chief win? Or was it... No, Chaos Familiar. That's it. Chaos Familiar won. Not where I'm from. Sometimes I get over an hour early if I show up that early. Damn, that's pretty... Yeah, the place where I go seems to get pretty booked out. And I hate parking in the car park. Just like... The last part of the stream is just me whinging about all these different random things. I've talked about upcoming plans, everything else, all that good stuff. Let's see. Nope, can't think of it. Oh yes. No lurkers, that you are very welcome, and anyone who listens to the VOD after the stream takes place, I want you to know you're more than welcome to. There will be a full production of Camilla on my channel in the future, so I hope you guys will check that out. It probably will take a long time for me to, because it does appear to have so much involved. And I still need to do Rosé's story, Favors for Norse Gods, which is also quite lengthy. I think that was the story I was in the process of narrating when I lost my voice or got COVID that time. Just do it by chapter? That's true. That is an option. Guess my title is Little Boring Tablet Method. Well, the titles are for mods. So that can be your nickname. So you won't buy it by my... Oh, that is true. That is very, very, very true. I just look in one time and just cat's gnawing on someone. You know, the... That done. Got this. Look, god damn it. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. What? Oh, well, wait. I'm gonna add another. I'm a gen. I do another channel. Why isn't it talk to me anymore? Why doesn't it love me? Oh dear. No, I don't want to join my own channel. What the? Thank you, Dreadful. Much appreciated. Give out another. I need to check to see why the alerts aren't working. Oh, now it works. Gotcha. See, it wasn't working before. Also, congratulations, she's a corpse. I hope you enjoy your channel membership. All of its chaos gremlin goodness. Yeah, frick. No, frick this time. I have noticed YouTube has been having problems with, its live streams a little bit lately. Like, sometimes it'll say I have got no viewers, and then I check in the analytics later on, and like, no, there were people here, so it's frustrating, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Trooper's fault, maybe? Well, Trooper disappeared, so clearly it has to be his fault somehow. Can't take him there. Alright, Nat. If I don't do it, you can. With the frick thing. Oh, yes. I remember, Laura. You sent me a video about it. The viewer count is unreliable. That is true. There have been some times that, as I've said, like, it will show a certain number of people, but it won't account for everyone who is just lurking or just, like, checking in. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I can tell when people are here because, you know, they're usually, people are pretty chatty and everything. Does that mean I can still troops points? I don't know. I mean, you can't steal them. You can't steal them. Stalin says, I might head out now. That's okay, Stalin. I appreciate you, you know, listening into the stream and, you know, hanging out with us and all that good stuff. But the top chat and the live chat are definitely confused. Because, if I just go by top chat, I'll miss probably a good, I would say about 30% of messages. I don't know why, and sometimes the messages that are censored aren't bad by any means. So it really doesn't make sense why. Almost midnight. Dun dun. Dun dun dun, indeed. So there will be a gaming stream this weekend, always. Yep, there will definitely be another one this does. Thank you. I really enjoyed Carmilla, Stalin. Have a good stream and night, y'all. Alright, be good, Stalin. Well, we'll see how things go. But remember, sleep is essential. If you went to the gym, you need rest in order to keep your gains. I don't think this will be a super long stream anyway. It's okay. So we're about 8 minutes or so from the 3-hour mark. 3 to 5 is when people tend to be most tired. After that, the body tends to start waking. I have noticed that, but I've also noticed something. Well, not noticed. Why do I keep hiccuping? Holy crap! Basically. So in the medieval period, people didn't sleep in this like 8-hour cycle that we do now. So what people would do is they'd kind of sleep in the late afternoon, early night for about 3 or 4 hours. Then they'd wake up for about 3-4 hours, and then they would go back to bed again. So the whole sleeping straight for 8 hours, that's very uncommon. That started during the industrialization process. Noon and I wonder if that's a blood sugar thing, Matt. But I'm like that too. I get sleepy in the afternoon. So I'll get sleepy at nighttime from around like 9 sometimes. So sometimes you'll notice during my gaming streams I'll start getting sleepy. But then once midnight hits, I wake up again. And then the gremlin comes out. As it does. Rest indeed. There is nothing like having a cat nap at, during midday. Like a nap during the midday sun. So nice. And the cackling begins. What? Oh yeah, that's true. The gaming streams do get quite a bit more energetic once the midnight marker comes up. Oh, I see what you mean. That interesting. It definitely sounds like your energy spikes at night. But yeah. And we had a really fun murder run at the game. So we could have a theme stream again. So we could have a ghost one. I don't want to do another live reading. I think they take a bit too much out of me. Working stream, other stream. Oh, you know what? I still want to have the food tasting stream soon. I think I'm going to try to order some different things, and then that way we can all do it live and all that good stuff. Always had the strangest at daytime. I haven't had any pathetic dreams about chat in a while. Stream or working stream. What's wrong with my hair choice, Dreadful? Basically, my hair choice shows just how chaotic my life has become in the... That's why it's like that. Don't worry, it will match my evil stat. My evil karma needs to come back, so I'm gonna have to kill some people. I need a few more corpses, but it'll come back. Korean hot black noodles. Oh no, Laura, no. I do want to try Takis. Obviously, I'd like Hopeful to be at the stream when that happens. But I'm gonna try looking for different country sweets and like snacks and things and try those out. I think trying out Twinkies would be fun. Because I've heard a lot about Twinkies, but I've never had one. And maybe different kinds of chocolate and things. I can believe it. True dreadful. Hey Curtis! Welcome to the stream. Curtis is one of my beloved channel members. Hello, hello. Easter stole my day. I just finally managed to kick all the guests out of my house. That's my excuse for being extremely late. Well, Curtis, don't worry. One time you are forgiven, the rest we're gonna take a finger. No, in all seriousness, welcome to the stream. It's good to see you. Did you have a nice Easter? Tarkies and blue flame tarkies, you try. Sky likes the blue flame ones, not the normal ones. How many different kinds of tarkies are there? Haven't tried Twinkie. Try a Twinkie. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put up a poll, or maybe not a poll, but like a post on my community tab at some point this week and ask recommendations for different snacks from all over the world. And then see how that goes. I think the turnout at this stream has been a little bit quiet because of Easter, but that's okay. It happens. Oh, you only have 6 fingers left? Oh dear. Well, guess you're gonna have to come promptly to the next stream. It's fine. Everything's fine. I hate when places change the recipe. I think more places will be changing the recipe now because of inflation, and ingredients are going to get much, much more expensive. So that's a bit of a pain, but you know, like 3 or 4. Well, I may as well try all of them. I'll have something ready so I can rinse my mouth out if things are too hot. It's midnight. Toffee Crisps. It's a chocolate bar from Canada. That sounds like something I'd like. Sounds really good. I'm just sitting here eating all these snacks for a stream. What? Oh, how perfect is that? And he says, I didn't even know it was Easter until like 4:20. That's fair. Yeah, my family have never really celebrated Easter all that much. I did get chocolate though, so. Sippy sip time. I can't remember who it was, but they asked me if I was going to do like an Easter story, but I'm like, nah, not this. I'm terrible when it comes to themed stories. Like, I always intend, like, I'm gonna do a Christmas story this year. And it turns out I haven't done one for, I think, 3 or 4 years now. I do want to revive that Santa series that I had going on. I guess it'll take a little while. I'm gonna make a little notey note of that. Remember to make poll about snacks for look at me, remember. But you know what? I should have a stream where I talk about and eat Australian snacks. This isn't me just trying to have an excuse to eat, chat. Although it might be allegedly. Don't worry about it. Curtis doesn't like holiday themed stories. They tend to get too... Yeah, I have noticed that with a lot of them. So part of the reason why I stopped with the Santa story is I don't know, I just lost interest in it. You know? It stopped being as exciting for me. Get more food? I agree, Nat. That is sound life advice. So how do we know if you don't have a certain item in your... I think I will make a post somewhere about it. I know there's some places. I did manage to get Dr. Pepper, but Dr. Pepper isn't really common over here. Actually, let me look at my my local supermarket. No, don't open that up. Hang on. There we go. Oh wait, you can get Dr. Pepper here. Interesting. But you can only get like massive 12 packs or something. That is a lot of dedication to that's a big dedication to a certain drink. So 12 cans of Dr. Pepper cost $39.49. Loves an American Rose. Yes, Rose, you do really good holiday themed packs. You also have 24 packs? I haven't seen a 24 pack. 3 days! Is incapable of killing you, is likely not in Australia. Oh my goodness. Oh hell yeah, Nat, you're looking forward to that when the Harper Codex gets revived. Me too. So I commissioned art for it by Sir Gorke, the guy who did my banner. The current one at least. Highway robbery, indeed. Indeed. And get even more if you get the store brand. 36 bucks? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, the popular zone. Alright, Andy, that makes sense, but gosh darn. Like, that was shocking. I'm like, what? What? There is a reason Americans tend to be here. I mean, I've seen pictures of the portion sizes in the US, and yeah, there's quite a lot. Let's just, the portions are definitely on the bigger side. See if they have Twinkie. I don't think we do. No, we don't. How you see? Well, back then, people used to do a lot of manual labor, and they needed a lot of carbs and fats to, you know, have enough energy to work on farms and things. Well, now people tend to, you know, sit down much more. That is true. Buying in bulk is good. You have to understand, like, so we have Costco. I know it's an American company, but the amount of stuff you can get is intense. It's amazing. You know what, Curtis? That is a good point. And how many days you got to... That's also true. So fiber and protein. That's true. Pat, you make good points. Very good points. What was one of the... It's fine. I'll work something out. There will be snacky snacks and it will be perfection. So, we're definitely past the 3-hour mark. The Kirkland piano 4-pack. Like buying toilet... Andy likes buying toilet paper in bulk, so she doesn't have to keep rebuying it. Last me a good... That is really cool, you know. I do like having things in the cupboard just in case, you know, like... Rosé says, strenuous... Rosé says, nutrition is important. Otherwise, strenuous labor causes damage. That is fair. That is very... Gotta look after your health. You only get one body in life. Unless, of course, we advance enough to become cyberpunk. Then, of course, you can get cyberware and risk cyber psychosis. Laura, I'd be very surprised if you weren't a prepper. But it's... Get more bodies for more parts? Oh god. Just start cloning yourself and, you know, use the clones. Does anyone have any... Are we happy to get some... No, dreadful, you must live! You must live! Does anyone have any questions or comments they would like to ask me? We're not quite ready to wrap up, but we're, you know, we're heading in that direction, guys. Oh, and a robot body. That would be cool. Right, sippy sip. We're going to... Oh, I can't think of any. Thoughts on Roman battle formations? Oh no, Laura. Laura, I see what you did. See, that type of a thing would warrant its own stream. That... Don't tempt me further. I feel like Gandalf when Frodo is there, like, offering him the ring. And he's like, no! No! Don't tempt me further! Curtis says, what's the Hunter J. Thompson quote? Something like, I don't want to die in a pristine body. I want to die broken, battered, screeching to a halt in a plume of dust, saying, man, what a hell of a ride. Oh, that's fair. That is absolutely fair. In the Roman Navy. Alright, Dexter. All good. Have a good rest of your week. I will see you around. Thank you for coming to the stream. Tyrion Lannister had a better way to die. Oh my. Alright, does anyone have any questions or comments that they would like to ask? Because I'm sleepy and I need to rest my throat, I think. But as always, you guys have been an amazing audience. I really look forward to these streams every week. I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you know, joining in and chatting, or lurking in the shadows, or if you're watching the VOD later. No, you're all very much appreciated. More than welcome. That's okay, Nat. You don't have to, you know, you don't have to force yourself to say anything. Yeah, there'll be another stream next week. Yes, Curtis, you're also the most humble. God damn. Waiting to see if there's any questions. That's true, Laura. I can tell you're so tempted. As I said, these streams are some of my highlights of my week. If you have any ideas or suggestions, please comment them down below. I'm always happy to hear them. If you haven't yet, check out my latest video. It's a good one in my opinion. And if, as always, if you do, remember to leave a like, comment, and all that good stuff. But yeah. Alrighty. Stay safe, my little spooklings. And remember, I'll be watching.